Morning friends, Russell here at the shop again. Got a little bit of a public service announcement, I guess. This is also kind of a customer states as well. I'll backstory it. Had a customer with a 2011 BMW X5 and this young gentleman's electrical engineer, works at Ryobi, and his battery was continually dying. We put a new battery in the vehicle, give it, a week or so, the battery would be dead. Within a few days of putting the new battery in the vehicle, he'd come, he'd fire the car up, drive to work, go back out at the end of his shift, or not shift, but the end of the day, and the clock would be dashed out. The vehicle had lost the time. And we chased our tails with it, checked the alternator, we were checking the batteries, checking fuses, we checked everything. And then one day, I was looking at his vehicle and I noticed, it dawned on me, he had a dongle plugged into the On Board Diagnostics Port for an app that he had on his phone for basic diagnostics and monitoring engine performance stuff. And after looking at that, it dawned on me, I realized that the fact that he had a dongle plugged in was keeping the vehicle from going to sleep, if you will. These modern vehicles, so in the case of BMW, we're talking 2006 and later, and the Volkswagens are the same way, Audis are the same way. All these vehicles are very electrically driven. There are tons of computer modules in them, and the car has what's called a sleep state. So after doors shut, motors off, radios off, after a certain amount of time, the car goes to sleep and it shuts down all those computer modules. In the case of his car, it wasn't shutting it down because there was something plugged into the dongle that was keeping the car awake constantly. So where this comes into play as far as the public service announcement goes is if you've got a dongle for monitoring engine performance, or your own dongle that plugs into the onboard diagnostic port to do scanning, or even I've seen it happen. The progressive snapshot dongle that plugs in so that they can see how you're driving the car. I think USAA has one for insurance purposes. I don't know about the other insurance companies. Essentially, it comes down to this. If you've got a newer BMW, and when I say newer, 2006 and newer, so the E90 chassis, maybe 2005 for the 5 Series, I'm not sure when they went to the sleep state idea. But definitely mid-2000s and later vehicle, pretty much anybody's. I've seen it happen with a 2015 Chevy Tahoe. If you plug anything into the onboard diagnostics port, it will prevent the vehicle from going into its sleep state, and then you're going to be killing batteries, and you'll scratch your head and wonder why is my battery dying all the time. It's bad enough that these cars are so electrically driven and so power hungry that you take an old, I've got a Jeep Cherokee, I can put a battery in it, it'll last 3, 4, 5 years, no problems. These newer cars will go through a battery within a couple of years under normal circumstances, and then you set the car up where it won't go to sleep, and it'll kill a battery in a matter of months. So, public service announcement, if you've got a newer vehicle, mid-2000s or later, and I don't care who the manufacturer is, pretty much all of them are doing this. But specifically BMWs, Audis, Volkswagens, the newer Chevy trucks, newer Ford trucks, they're also electrically driven. And you've got a dongle. Don't leave it plugged in when you're not operating the car. Obviously, if you're using Progressive Snapshot or some other, insurance company's little thing so that they can track you, Big Brother or whatever, obviously plug it in when you're driving the car. When you park, unplug it. Leaving anything plugged into that dongle keeps the car in a awake state and won't let it go to sleep. Just a quick public service announcement about that. If you guys like this content, go ahead and hit like, subscribe, bell notification, all that stuff. And as always, there's more to follow.